Okay, so we use apps and websites all day, every day. But how do we know they actually work? I mean, most of us have absolutely no idea what's going on under the hood. So, how in the world do you test something when you can't see inside it? That's the big question we're going to tackle today. Yeah, this is the central puzzle, right? I want you to picture this. Someone hands you a sleek, sealed box. It's got some buttons, maybe a little screen, but there's one simple rule. You are not allowed to open it, ever. So, how do you figure out if it works? How do you test it? That idea is the very core of what we're about to get into. Well, the answer to that puzzle is a really powerful idea called the black box. And that's going to be our mental model here. We're going to treat a piece of software exactly like that sealed box. We're just going to completely ignore what's on the inside and focus only on what we can see and touch from the outside. And that brings us to the official term for it, black box testing. It's a method where the tester has literally zero knowledge of the internal guts of the system. They can't see the code, they don't know how the database is set up, nothing. Their whole job is to approach it just like you or I would, like a regular user. And that's actually the secret sauce, because it guarantees the focus is purely on the user experience. If there is one thing you take away from this, let it be this quote. This is the absolute mantra of black box testing. It is all about behavior. What does the thing do? The how it does it, from this point of view, we couldn't care less. Okay, enough theory. That's great and all, but let's make this real. Let's see this whole idea in action with something every single one of us has used probably 5 times today already, a simple login form. All right, let's put on our tester hats for a second. We're staring at a login page. You know the drill. Username field, password field, and a big login button. Our job is to test it, but remember the rule. We can't see a single line of the code behind it. We are completely on the outside of the box. So how do we actually do it? Well, the process is incredibly simple. It's just a logical 4-step dance. First, you provide some input, like your username and password. Second, you execute an action. You click that login button. Third, you observe the output. You just watch and see what happens. And fourth, the most critical step of all, you compare that result to what you expected to happen. That's it. You know, that final step, comparing what happened to what you expected, that's really everything. The entire test just boils down to the relationship between what you put in and what the system spits out. You can think of it like this. You're asking the system a question with your input, and you're just checking to see if it gave you the right answer with its output. And this chart illustrates that perfectly. Over on the left, we're testing the happy path. We put in a correct username and password. We expect to see a welcome message. If we get that message, boom, the test passes. But now, look at the right side. This is just as important. We try an invalid password. We're expecting to see an error message. And if the system gives us that specific error, guess what? That test also passes, because the system behaved exactly like it was supposed to. Now, to really hammer this point home, just look at all the stuff the tester is completely ignoring. They have no idea what programming language was used. They don't know how the password's being encrypted to keep it safe. The entire database design, a complete mystery. None of it matters. All that matters is whether the correct input gets you the correct output. So, we've walked through the big idea and we've seen it in a practical example. What's the one thing you really need to remember from all of this? Let's just boil it all down to its absolute essence. Here it is, the single biggest takeaway. Black box testing is just an external functionality check. That's it. It's about one thing and one thing only, confirming that the software works from the user's perspective without ever needing to peek under the hood. And I'll leave you with this final thought, because once you see this, you can't unsee it. This concept is literally everywhere. Your microwave, your TV remote, your car, they're all black boxes. You provide an input, you press a button, and you expect a specific output, all without knowing a single thing about the wiring or circuitry inside. So the question is, what other black boxes are you testing every single day without even realizing it?